open that. We figured out how to make some cool shapes. I'm going to zoom back out by doing Command minus. And this whole canvas that I'm using is 12 inches by 12 inches. That's the size of the sticker paper. So I'm going to delete a couple things by using my select tool and then just using my delete key. You can highlight several things at once to delete them all at once. So let's say I finish writing this name. And I'm working quickly, so it's not as good as y'all's is going to be. I know yours is going to be really good. But it's cool to see like your handwriting translating into these computer designed shapes. So I have a cool kind of bubble letter thing going on right now. Okay, so say this is my name that I'm going to use for my name tag. I'm going to delete this by highlighting it and pressing delete. I'm going to select all of these, and one thing that's helpful is to group them. So I can go Object, Group, and this way I can drag them all around as one object. I'm going to do Control Z to undo that. Otherwise, if I grab this J, it's going to move away separately, right? If I do highlight them all and then do Object Group or Control G, it just turns it into one object. So now when I resize it by using these corner things, it just all goes at once. Okay, and that's going to become important later because you have to try to make this name tag a certain size. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a shape around the outside as my name tag edge. So I'm using the straight line tool, and I am just making a cool zigzag shape by clicking over and over and over and over, and finishing by clicking on that first point. It becomes one shape. I can edit these points if I want by using my edit point tool, but I'm pretty happy with that. Another thing I could have done is drawn a shape with this shape tool, like that. And I can edit the number of points by dragging this. So you can play with that. That's another way I could use, make an outline. But I'm not going to use that, so I'm going to delete it. Okay, and then the last part of your name tag is that you have to add a picture of something that that you like. So I'm going to go to the internet. Oops, wrong one. Safari. And I'm going to Google cats. And I'm going to Google cat images. And so I have all these pictures of cat images, but I have to do something to make this shape a little simpler, because right now these are going to be pretty complicated to turn into line drawings. So what I'm going to do is cat silhouette. And then I have all these cat silhouettes I can pick from. So this could be anything. It could be skateboard silhouette. I'm not a skateboarder, but let's say I am, and I want to use this on my sticker. I'm going to pick one of the images that I like. I think this one's cool. So I'm going to open this. Oops. Having some mouse problems. On my Macintosh, I can just drag this to, oops, the desktop. Oh, my desktop is missing. Sorry, one sec. Okay, let's try that again. I can actually maybe just drag this straight into Silhouette. Let's double check if I can do that. No, that doesn't work. So I have to drag it first onto my desktop. So I'm just going to make a little room. And then I can drag it from my desktop onto here. Whoa! So it's a little big. And I don't want it to cover up my design. So here's what I do. I drag it on, and then I can resize it by clicking on the image and using these handles to drag the corner down. If I use any of the handles on the corner, it'll scale proportionally. If I use the ones here, it'll make it skinnier. So you can change the scale however you want. So right now this is just a picture, and remember we're thinking about cutout lines. So right now I have this where my name is going to cut out and the sticker shape is going to cut out for my name tag, but this is just an image, so nothing's going to happen with this unless I trace it. So over here you'll see, oops, I always click the wrong one first. You'll see on the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one down, if you hover over it, it says open the trace panel. So I'm going to open this, and what I'm going to do is select the trace area, and I want to make an outline of this image. So I'm hovering over that, and then I want to click outline and click trace. And now when I drag my image away, I'm left with this cool outline. So this image won't cut, so I can delete it, because this is the thing that I'm interested in. And what I want to do is position this outline somewhere on my name tag, and it will cut out. And you don't want to make anything too small, so I might scale this up so it fits just nicely in there. And then I'm getting pretty close to being done with my name tag, although it's kind of not true, because I don't, skateboarding is not something that I'm that into, but that doesn't really matter. You can get the idea of how to do this without, without needing to know that I don't like skateboarding, right? Okay, so any other things that you might want to do? And things to keep in mind, make sure these shapes are always solid, so they always cut out, and we'll show you an example of the final sticker of this one when I cut it out. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything and do object group so that this is all one thing. And then I believe on your instructions it says to make it 6 inches by 6 inches or less. So I'm just going to drag this corner down and make this the right size. And I can watch down here the size. So I'm going to make it about 6 inches here. And that's just so that we can fit 1, 2, 3, 4 at least on each page when we cut. Alright, so that's a quick intro to doing your name tag. Make sure you file save again, and we'll go over how to put those in the folder soon. Thank you.